Are you all ready for some thirsty work? We're about to discuss RuPaul's Drag Race UK Episode 6. Stay tuned.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz...
Oh my gosh, that was amazing, Jackie.
I just do whatever comes to my head.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, I'm your host, 123 Jackie B. With me is a full panel.
Yes, it's a family reunion.
It's Mark J. Freeman, aka Lorraine Love, it's Jayla, and it's Ollie.
Yes. Hey, we're back.
What did you guys think of this episode?
It was okay for me. it kind of sat in the middle with me this week, but I enjoyed the art that came into it, I guess.
I'm still thinking about your slurp.
I know. I am too. I'm sorry.
It gave me very Frock Destroyer vibes.
Oh.
But it was a fun episode. I think it was fun just because I love all 5 of the queens that are still left. I think they're really talented, and it kind of made me think like, oh, who the hell is going home this week? Because obviously we'll talk about like this was kind of like Cheryl's episode in a sense, despite being the bottom because she performed for Cheryl Cole.
I thought it was Davina's episode, but that's all I'm going to say.
Another story arc.
Vivian's episode too.
Yeah.
It was a good episode. I thought everyone got some really good screen time, and I really wasn't sure who was going home because I really do love all the queens left.
Same. Well, we want to shout out to the people who always join us in the chat room. Today we have Diva Views, Nakia, Ryan B. Dwight Slemons is joining us in the chat room for the first time on this
Sarah
show.
Bennett,
Welcome.
Ryan B, Ken.
Shout them out.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
New Zealand, Dublin, and Malaysia in the house.
Incredible. And New York.
And New York.
And New York.
Again, not putting down our U.S. peeps, but it always baffles me that someone in Malaysia would turn on YouTube and watch us. I don't know. Just tickles me. Anyways,
Well,
but I love
thanks you
you
guys for watching live.
Uh,
And if you comment on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating, you'll get a cool shout out later on.
yeah, good
Even
or
if
bad.
it's shady.
Yeah, we'll still read it as long as you give us 5 stars.
Yes.
Right.
And we also look at the YouTube comments. So if you give that thumbs up on YouTube and make a comment, then you also could get a cool shout out.
Yes.
So I thought it was Davina's episode because in the beginning we have this conversation where Davina is accusing the Vivian of underestimating her, which I do think she kind of was.
But
you
why
know?
does it matter?
Yeah, you're right.
You know, like she's not gonna pick me, and we're not getting paid. So why does it? So why does it matter what that person thinks of you? It's a competition.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not gonna put you in front of me. Why would I do that?
Well, I don't think she wanted her to put her in front of her. I think she just wanted the recognition,
validation.
the validation
Right.
that she is good and talented. I mean, clearly Vivian said, before this competition, I only saw you in a red wig and a silver dress. So she obviously had an impression of, that was her impression of Davina prior to coming on the show. And she said, you've proved me wrong of my impression of you. So I think she is underestimated. And I think she had every right to say everything that she did. Because I think she is talented.
Yeah, and I think she just felt that she's been overshadowed by Vivian and Baga in this competition for sure. So she's
and
kind
there
of like
was-
the underdog.
Yeah.
There was this arc in the episode where, like, she had written this really long script for her commercial, and to everybody else, it seemed kind of like going on and on and on and nonsensical. But once it all came together, it turned out to be really good, which was weird to me because in the end, she didn't actually get the repeater badge, and I was kind of. She had won the mini challenge, and then she had done well in the maxi challenge. So I was like, okay, it's her episode to get the repeater badge. And then, I mean, I know she got it last week, but it was as a group. So I was just, I don't know. I kind of thought that would have ended the arc nicely, but then it didn't happen. And I was a little bit disappointed about that.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a big speech.
I was going to
Mark's
say
like,
I was going to say something, but I'm going to wait till we talk about the commercials. So that's why I stopped myself because I was going to say something else. But.
So in this episode, we had Rue coming in and kind of coaching everyone in the workroom, which I know, Mark, you're a fan of that, I think. I noticed that Rue so Cheryl had this moment where she was like, I don't know what to do. And the Vivian was like, well, stop doing the Essex thing, essentially, like, stop doing you. And Rue kind of turns that around and says, no, like everybody here should be branding themselves. That's like what this episode is about. So I thought that was good advice, because it's like, I don't know, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it, right?
You know.
Well, okay, I guess I'll say what I was going to say, because now that kind of ties into what I was going to say, which is that I think it's funny that Blue and Cheryl's videos, I feel, were the most them, like promoting who they are and what they've been presenting this whole time. I felt Baga's was a little also on her end, but the two that did the best, Vivian and Davina, in my opinion, like they weren't really, they were funny, they were good, but they weren't promoting who they are. Like Vivian's had nothing to. Is she saying she's a
housewife doing maintenance?
Yeah, exactly. So I just thought it was funny that the ones that actually did what, because Rue says it in the room. I want you to promote who you are. I want you to market yourself. Those are the three that were like the worst.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just thought it was interesting. So
That is very interesting that you bring that up, because I feel like the winners were just based on comedy then.
Right.
Instead
Exactly.
of actually branding themselves, which was the challenge.
Right.
I know,
That's exactly.
I
So
know.
it's kind of
Exactly.
redundant that it went backwards. Huh.
After that, because I didn't really notice it till the second time I watched. I rewatched it again today, and I went, oh, wait a minute. The ones that are in the bottom are actually the ones that did the challenge. But whatever. It's her show. She can do what she wants. Hi, Florida. Florida's in the
Hi,
house.
Florida.
So what did you guys think of, I mean, what did you think of the main challenge? I had so many mixed feelings about this episode because, let's start with what they were doing with Graham Norton during the filming. So there were definitely some moments with Graham Norton during the filming that I thought were funnier than what we actually saw in the end. And it's weird because I don't know, like, I feel like, do the judges only see, like, the final product?
Yeah.
Do they see, like
Like
what
the cut
leads up
takes
to
and all that,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
And what about the special guest, like Cheryl? What does she see on top of that? Because she's a guest judge.
Because I'm pretty sure they don't edit it right then and there, so you're seeing like the raw footage of it, I'm sure.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that she probably didn't even see it. They're just like, oh, well, she did this, she did that. And Cheryl, you go out there and you be the biggest fan ever.
Well, Cheryl seemed like she loved whatever she saw, unless that was like completely staged.
Well, I would have wanted to see Cheryl go backstage and be like, you guys did amazing.
Someone in the chat room said that they would have liked to see
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Like she's just back in her chair. She's like, okay, we're done. I'll be in my trailer. Kind of like how I do you guys.
That's a good question. I wonder when they do show
Shayla's got a Star Wagon, and we all have like a third of a triple.
The bathroom.
Yeah.
I just have the bathroom. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Bam, you guys.
They're actually drinking
handicap
toilet
stall.
water.
That's all. That's it.
No, that's a good question though. I wonder what they actually show on the main stage when they do show, like, okay, here's the video, like what exactly they show, or if they show anything at all.
Because there was definitely stuff in that setup that I thought was funnier than what actually happened. Like, for instance, in Blue's video, I think making it grayscale in the beginning when it actually came out harmed her, because I was like, so much of this that was so funny is like her facial expressions, which you kind of get lost in the grayscale. And like the wig everything looked so crazy, and the glasses and everything. And when it came out as grayscale, it didn't seem the same way.
Yeah, maybe she didn't want it in grayscale. Somebody got really freaking excited with Final Cut Pro and was like, let me put some grayscale and let me do I didn't like the frames coming out. It was just really cheesy for me. But hey, it's her show and she can do what she wants. But I will give you some tea though. It's some inside tea. Shooting Drag Race, I get all the good behind the scenes stuff. They don't actually show you the videos. They show you maybe like a few of it, like little bits of it, and they say, oh, we'll edit the rest of it. And then you come back with applause.
That answers my question.
But yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's with all other shows.
Because it's like, where's
Yeah.
the screen? Like, where would they show the screen for the girls to see? You
Right.
know, like, is it behind them? Would there be a
Right.
projector? So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they're shooting on a green screen, it is kind of hard to figure out certain things. Like with Baga, you knew exactly what was happening because she was using the props in a way that, okay, I get what's going on here. But like with Cheryl's, like the finger poking thing, I was like, I have no idea what's happening. It was hilarious to watch on the green screen trying to put her fingers there. But I was like, I don't know what this is. And when they showed the video, then I was like, oh, okay, she's going
I got
ding,
that.
ding,
Yeah,
ding.
I knew what she meant.
Yeah, I didn't get it at all. So I was like, why are we seeing pictures of her finger? It was just... I did think that in the behind the scenes kind of taping stuff, to me, Bagas was the funniest because of all the like sight gags of her just like
Being a mess.
making a mess and everything.
Which was really funny. Now that you said that, I look at this episode completely differently now. And I
Sorry.
I actually think Baga did a really good job, so I was surprised that she was in the bottom. And I really wasn't that interested in like the Vivians, or I love Davina, but I don't know if I was really into her video as well. I feel like it was just kind of like they based it off of their antics in the videos and kind of like what was, I don't know, more theatrics rather than branding. You know, like it wasn't. I feel like it was all about being funny, and it was all about kind of like just making a scene rather than making a scene to stand out, rather than kind of like focusing on like less is more.
Yeah.
I feel like the Vivian. Okay, so I didn't really like Cheryl's, but maybe that's because I'm not like a person who goes to clubs a lot. I don't know. I was just kind of that. It wasn't really my thing, I guess. And the Vivians, I was like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
why
I
this
didn't
is
get a
funny.
lot of it, honestly. And I saw it twice, too, and I tried to understand, but...
The blues. Someone in the chat room mentioned that blues was their favorite, and then she ended up going home. And I liked blues because I was like, here's a clearly realized concept that I understand, you know.
Blue hydration.
Yeah, like I was like, it fits with her, it fits with the challenge, and then, you know, she's making this greater message about how, you know, Northern Ireland is discriminating against her, you know, and so I actually really, like, that was probably the one I enjoyed the most because I was like, I thought, you know, they're like, oh, well, maybe she should have used props. So, and I was like, everybody got that message without having props.
It still had comedy, but it was more subtle, and it still had a greater message on top of that. And she was still doing like the fun little facial expression when she was sipping it. So I was really bummed that she was in the bottom. Like, I didn't understand.
I felt like this week it was totally arbitrary. It was just like, you know, Rue was like saying, oh, we're splitting hairs or whatever. I'm like, you're just making up nonsense because you just don't know who to put in the bottom.
But that's why I wanted them to do ranking rather than sending someone home, because that way somebody can do good. Because I would have loved to see Vinegar Strokes do this challenge.
Yeah.
Or something do this challenge.
Yeah.
You know? And that probably would have put them back in the race or whatever the case might have been, but
Comeback queen.
I thought this was a good episode where they should have done a double save. Like, in my opinion, this should have been a double save episode. Because I thought that, I guess we can get to it later, but it's like, Cheryl's performing for Cheryl, so there was like an obvious
Right.
Bias.
story arc.
Yeah.
It's like you can't really send her home in front of her idol.
Someone in the chat room says we're over it, and I need to like clear this up. It's like whenever we're here to critique the show, so we love this show, and I thought the last episode was like so great. I had such a blast with that episode, but there are, you know, it's like not everything you shoot is going to be a hit, and I feel like, you know, I've seen other seasons where the commercials have been so hilarious, you know, and you're kind of comparing it to the entire body of work of Drag Race. So it's like, I'm not over the show or over this episode. It was like,
This is our job, people.
yeah.
I just think that like I don't think I'm completely over it because I love the show, but I think with this particular episode, like what I enjoyed about it was like, even though I didn't agree with a lot of the choices, I enjoyed the fact that I really wasn't sure who was going home. I knew Cheryl wasn't going to go home, but other than Cheryl not going home, I didn't know who was going home. You know, because they just they painted it very like obscure. Right. So, because then we can talk about like later Vivian and her story of triumphing over like her drug addiction, which was probably our mirror moment, right? But anyways, so that's probably so I'm thinking, okay, Vivian can't go home, so she has to slay in the challenge, you know. So it's just really interesting how they kind of.
But I do think she's next.
The Vivian going home.
Really?
They're gonna shock you with something next week.
But Cheryl doesn't have any Root Peter badges.
That's gonna be her way to get to the
next
finale.
week.
Like,
She's the lip sync assassin, you know.
We will see. The kids are gonna eat me up because I said that.
Someone in the chat was also like confirming what we were saying, where it's like they were saying that the Vivian's was very like Liverpool humor. So
Scout's wife? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
Liverpool?
Scouse is Liverpool, I guess. So
Okay.
she was playing at Liverpool.
Let me get my passport.
So I
out. We're
guess-
gonna take this on the road. We're gonna have like our UK tour.
Going international.
Yeah, we're going international. We're so gonna do this.
which is just so weird because like I felt like this whole season I've really been like laughing with them. They're so funny. And this was the one episode where I was like, I feel like I'm not understanding things.
Well,
Yeah.
I was just thinking that with this comment from Fran SZ, I'm Franz's, I don't know. I don't know if there's a specific way I'm supposed to say that. But anyway, thank you for your comment because when we talked earlier in the season, I kept saying, like, I wonder if there's going to be stuff because we're not from there and we don't get a lot of the humor and we don't get a lot of the jokes. Is it going to land? Like, now I'm going, oh, okay, Scout's wife, she's from Liverpool. Okay, I guess it is not necessarily her branding.
Right.
But it's a Liverpool. So there is more of a connection than I originally would have thought, obviously, because I just said 2 minutes ago that I didn't think hers
Yeah, I
was
just
on brand.
thought it was
So
some
it
like
is a little
thirsty
bit-
lady throwing her baby.
Right.
I was like,
so
I don't know.
Yeah. So I
that-
think our question from earlier in the season is now answered that yes, there is going to be some.
But even then, I still now I understand that, but I don't see that as like
Right.
I still don't see that as who the Vivian is, no matter where she comes from. Like that's not the Vivian to me personally.
Right. No, I agree. But I do think that there's at least. Now I go, oh, okay, so there was something Liverpool in there. Not necessarily Vivian, but okay, she at least tried. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas before I was like, this has nothing to do with you. Now I'm like, oh, okay, she gets 1 point then. Instead of 5.
Not 1
she gets
point.
1 point.
Oh my god.
So let's talk about the runway.
Bring it to the runway.
I'm so sorry, guys, but this is also not my favorite runway of the season.
Mine
I think it's because
either.
I don't like raincoats. I'm like, it's hard to make.
Oh damn.
It's hard to make the rain seem enticing, which was
I loved it.
Well,
Jackie.
before we get into it, we had to give Michelle her props and Rue her props for the looks that they wore for the runway.
Yes.
Michelle with her snatch
And Rue had a beauty mark. I loved that.
and the red, like
Yeah.
the burgundy looking
It was
with
really
the blonde
cute.
top.
That was a really great
very
outfit.
great color scheme. And this season has all been about color.
Yes.
Starting from like blue all the way down to episode 1 with Rue's green screen dress. So I'm here for the colors of the season. This is like the most colorfulest season. Shout out to the color corrector and Final Cut Pro. You're amazing.
Girl, that's Windows Movie Maker. What are you
Oh
talking
no,
about?
no.
Where's our shade buttons?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot. They're here.
Oh man.
just forgot to
it's
bring 'em.
okay.
Well, I like Cheryl's
One of
look.
these days we'll get the shade buttons.
Did you like Cheryl's look? She looked good.
It was very.
Well, let's start with Davina DeCampo because that's who's on our
Oh no,
screen.
Cheryl. No, Cheryl. Just
Cheryl.
the Cheryl.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, let's take a moment to talk about how
She's
her
pissed
last
about
name is
this.
no longer Cole, and she's just like, oh, it's just Cheryl.
Well, Jerry Hollowell was the same way. She was just Jerry. I'm like, is everybody just going by a first name now?
I guess so. But
Whatever.
Cheryl, I'm like, who's Cheryl? Like, Cheryl is the girl that skips you in the line at 7-Eleven because she was trying to get her, and I'm like, who's Cheryl?
Yeah.
And I was like, you need Cheryl Cole, but I guess they didn't want to do Cheryl Hole, Cheryl Cole. I guess it sounds too much alike. But I'll be like,
but-
bitch, you need to change your name because this is my name first, right?
I mean, even when they announced the song, they were like, by Cheryl.
Yeah,
and I was
exactly.
like, no.
Cheryl
you
sounds
don't, you're
like-
not Beyonce, you're not Mariah, you need to stop.
She's there, Beyonce.
No.
Okay, she's there like Rihanna.
I don't even know about that.
Shady buttons. Okay, yeah.
I love Rihanna.
We like just Cheryl. Her look was just a look. It wasn't nothing like, But the girl next week from Chewing Gum, I can't remember her name.
Oh, I love that girl.
She's the
Michelle,
judge.
I want to say no, maybe. I
fact
don't know.
check me, guys,
She's
in the
from Chewing
comments.
Gum, and that show is hilarious.
But have you seen her outfit for next week?
No.
Like, she's sickening. She has like this like body piece and it's like African like inspired That's what I would bring to Drag Race. I wouldn't just bring Fashion Nova.
Like a
yeah, girl,
pedestrian.
very pedestrian. All right, let's bring it to the runway, girls. What we got?
So Davina had this like terrible raincoat and then terrible hat, and then she took it off, and then the reveal was a bumblebee, and so I was like, I don't like bumblebee colors.
Let me tell you
Well,
this.
damn, AfterBuzz.
I just knew.
I know. Here I am. I'm talking into a bumblebee.
Look, the judges
microphone.
are over it. So I just knew that she was going to do Pennywise. I just knew it. Like the raincoat, and she had the hat on, and she had the red hair. I was like, she's going to do Pennywise. She's going to do Pennywise. And then I saw another raincoat and a corset.
Oh, you wanted her to do Pennywise.
I just knew she was.
that would make
because
more sense.
I just knew she was.
That would make more sense.
I just knew she was. And I was like, okay.
You're like,
So you're saying it's Pennywise?
No, it's a
okay.
joke, though.
Okay. That's a missed opportunity. I feel
Yeah.
like they could have had more fun. Like, I think I really like this runway, but yeah.
Red wig, silver dress, girl.
All
Definitely
right.
got the red
Well, next
wig.
queen, we have Cheryl Hole, which to me this was just a disco ball. I was like, I can't even tell what the outfit is because it just I agree with, I forget which judge said it should have been longer, maybe. Okay, someone in the chat room says Cheryl's second name is not Cole because she divorced her ex-husband and then
But that's what I
dropped it.
said. She got divorced, so the ring's not on anymore. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Shower.
So, Cheryl Hole is wearing a disco ball. I agree with one of the judges that maybe the skirt should have been longer because to me because it, I guess maybe with the lights or whatever, all it read is, I couldn't read the dimensions of it. I
Yeah,
just read it
same.
as disco ball.
Cheryl, I put her on my flops list this week because this reminds me when you go to your cousin's barbecue.
And you wear
And-
a disco ball?
No, listen, and you didn't bring nothing, so you have to kind of take it on the slide, so you got to hurry up and wrap it in your aluminum foil, girl.
Oh, no.
And it was very that. She gave me baked potato realness, and I didn't like it.
Baked potato real.
Well, I love baked potatoes. I really
Me
liked
too.
it. I agree. It could have been like have a skirt. I didn't like the hair though. The slick back. I wish she had different hair. But I enjoyed it. I love the metallic look. And I think to me it's one of her best looks because I don't think Cheryl's had the strongest looks. But to me this is like probably the best. I think one of the judges said it in the episode. But I think this is one of her best looks that she's done all season. I will say that. But could have used better hair.
The makeup was cute.
Yeah. It was a good, perfect outfit to lip sync in. That's for sure. Lip sync assassin. So go, Cheryl.
Okay, next.
Wait. Lorraine, why are you quiet?
Huh?
Or say something about
Bring it to the runway.
I really liked
You
it.
didn't say anything about Davina either.
I like both of them.
Oh, okay.
I like both of them.
All right.
Okay, next one. So this is Baga, where what did they said she looks like Liza Minnelli. I will say this.
From the neck down, they say.
Yeah, I will say this. I like that this outfit was so Baga. Like I was like, this is exactly what you want from Bag of Chips. Something that's hilarious, something that's campy. I don't think she's worn a pantsuit all season, so I appreciated
She did.
that. Oh, when?
Didn't she wear when she did her Liza Minnelli?
She did like a Liza.
Oh, she
Yeah,
did.
that's her look. That's her thing. Like the pantsuit and the overcoat.
Because most of the time I just remember her in the little like
Mini skirt,
Mini
like little
skirt,
short dresses.
yeah.
Yeah, pencils. I don't like this look for me, even though she's still my winner pick. I don't like it. I don't understand like the chicken. I mean the duck
duck.
and the head.
Chicken.
I don't understand it. However, I do want to tell you this. Baggett seems like a lot of fun. She didn't take herself too seriously this season, and whenever it was shot, I want to party with Baggett.
Right. Absolutely.
Like
That's like no question.
drink the house down with her because I know she's gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
And she probably might wear this.
Yeah.
That's her party outfit.
To me, I thought it was the weakest. It wasn't bad, but to me, I think it was the bottom. I like that she actually tried to put humor in it. She tried to put the bag in it because I didn't see a whole lot of humor in this, like in these looks. And I was really like wondering, oh, is she gonna actually be lip syncing tonight because of this look? But I think the judges liked it. Didn't they like it? They said they liked it.
They said it was very Baga.
Yeah. I don't know. It was all right. Bottom for me though.
next one. Next one. I think
next
the
one
next
is
one
Vivian.
is Vivian. I think this was probably my favorite because conceptually it was something different from what everybody else was doing. I like that she kind of, I like that she stepped outside of the box with it. I do think that we've kind of seen this silhouette from her before. I hate to sound like Michelle Visage, but I was like, I don't know. Like, this seems like kind of a repeating silhouette. And then I wish the dress, because, like, if she was supposed to be, like, the hat was the rain cloud and then the rest was supposed to be the rain, I was like, well, shouldn't the dress be, like, blue or something? Or iridescent? I don't know. I liked the concept, but I thought she could have pushed it a little bit.
I like the look. I like the concept. I just wish I would have seen more of her face in this, because she put all that blue, like, when she was in the mirror moment, she was painting her face back, and then she covered it up with the black wig and the clouds and the rain in her face. And I was just like, they don't really get to see the art that you put into it. Right. And it's very Reju Rochu blue. Oh. Yeah. Like...
I think it's beautiful, but I think it reads almost jellyfish to me, and I love a jellyfish. But it also kind of reads a little bit like Grudge. The girl from The Grudge.
Oh yeah.
So it's beautiful, but I think I like, my focus is like, all I can see is like the dress. Like, I can't appreciate like the headpiece, or like, I'm thinking jellyfish. I don't see like the raincoat. I thought this was kind of like a raincoat
think, like,
outfit.
the dress had like ridges in it, as if it was like coming off of like stone or something. Like the water's coming off stone.
But
I just got that. Just me.
Why isn't she in a raincoat? Like, where's the raincoat?
She is the rain, honey.
I wanted a raincoat.
Oh, wow.
I'm such a critic. But it's beautiful. Okay, I will say it's beautiful.
You know what I would have done if I was the rainy girl? I would have just copied everybody else and did the April Carillon with the umbrella and the fringe, and just do that. And then just be nice, or do Evie's jellyfish, the same thing. Umbrella with a fringe.
Nice little homage.
Yeah.
That'd be cute.
Yeah. Okay, next one was blue. There was a lot going on. I liked the facial makeup. Like, I thought that was funny to do, kind of like a campy, like, crying look with the whole rain theme. I'm not a fan of that many colors and materials at once. I was like, ooh, that's a lot to process.
Well, that's Box of Donuts palette, girl. You can get you at BatMeCosmetics.com. Thank you, Blue. That was a shameless
we love it. We're here for it. So you're anti Lisa Frank. I love Lisa
Frank.
I
actually loved Lisa Frank when I was 10.
Not anymore?
How old are you now?
I'm a little bit older than 10.
Shade. No, I thought this was really cute. But I feel like you have to be mindful of the judges. They're not going to see that from far away. So, I mean, I guess she did it for TV purposes because she knew there were going to be some type of close-ups. I did like the hair, the two titties on the head. It was very Uma Thurman, Batman and Robin.
Oh, Poison Ivy.
1998, right? I think.
Ish.
Yeah, I did like that. It's very Lisa Frank overdose. And the outfit, I liked the plastic, like the plastic wrappy thing, and the shoes. It's all in the details.
Mm-hmm. Mark, I feel like you have thoughts.
I loved it. I thought it was one of the best on the runway.
Did you love every runway this week?
Yeah, I did. I guess I thought was on the low end. I wish she would have filled the umbrella with a whole bunch of ducks.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Yeah, like if that was like that entire umbrella was filled with ducks, I think it would have just taken it to a whole other level.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have cared about the outfit.
Yeah.
No, I did. I liked most of them.
I'm glad you liked Blues. Blues was my favorite.
I knew Ollie would like it because it was very like
scaredy cat. It was very scaredy cat.
Well, it was very like anime kind of,
And it just like read to me as blue because I feel like sometimes in this competition, like I didn't see like blue in some of her looks personally. They were great, but I didn't see blue. But this read to me like that's blue hydrangea.
Yeah, good for her.
So the lip sync was Blue and Cheryl, and of course, like Cheryl has a huge advantage because she's such a Cheryl fan that I was going to say Cheryl Cole, but I guess that's not
she's a woman.
But she's such a fan of hers that she was even saying like, "Oh, I know the song, so well," and all that. And so I was like, "Oh, it does put Blue at a disadvantage because when you are so jamming on a song and you know all the words, you know it's going to come across looking great, you know, and not that Blue wasn't great, but it seemed unfair to me, you know.
I know.
So I was like heartbroken, and I was kind of I was like hoping that this was going to be like a double save week, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, me too.
There was no way they were going to put Baga in with Cheryl. No chance. So
But
Blue had
Baga is
to
in her-
bite the bullet this week.
Yeah, and we'll see you on All Stars, babe. We'll see you at DragCon UK. We will buy your stuff. Like, you know, you played a great game, and I'm just sad she had to go.
It's getting real.
I know.
It's getting real. We got 4 girls left.
Yeah.
2 more
She was my
episodes.
cash mule. Why did you send her home, Ruth?
Well, she went home on a great look with your makeup.
I know. You guys can get the look. Shop it right now at batmecosmetics.com.
So the mirror moment this week is Vivian talking about her drug use and how she's been 2 years clean. And everybody kind of has this conversation about how when a lot of your work is going out and working in nightclubs, it's hard not to like be drinking while you're there. And so I thought that was like it. A lot of times when I was young and I used to go out all the time, it's like you're kind of just like celebrating that moment of like, we're all drinking and we're all wild and like we're all having a blast and everything. But you don't look at the dark side of that, which is like, maybe there are some people that like that has actually caused a problem in their life and they're now struggling. So I thought it was good for them to kind of call attention to that because like a lot of times we're always focused on how much fun it is to go out and have a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because these are performers, these are entertainers that are constantly in the nightclub scene, and we don't know what goes on behind closed doors unless we see like tweets or whatever.
Right.
But like a lot, and it made me really sympathize with the Vivian because I know I haven't been like the biggest like Vivian fan, but I'm like, oh, she's human, and she's only 26. For her to be like able to like overcome that, and her still like not saying she's battling, but like she's so young, and a lot of people who have gone through what she's gone through can kind of like relate to that, and has a platform now and she can do something with it.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that human side of Vivian.
Yeah. Can we address Katya this episode?
Oh, yes.
Like, speaking of...
Somebody paid for her to fly all the way out to England for 2 seconds of screen time.
She was probably
It was
already in
so
London.
good.
Right.
And they
was
were like,
so
oh, she's here.
good.
Let's make it into a challenge.
She might have been doing her one-woman show, you know, something like that. But I like these little pop-ins here and there with the girls. I would like to see like Alaska come, or who else? Vivacious.
I want to
Oh
see
my
like
gosh,
a
Vivacious.
real world road rules challenge, like with like Drag Race UK girls and Drag Race US girls,
absolutely.
like teaming up for
That's
a
bound
challenge.
to happen.
Yeah.
That's bound to happen. But yeah, I feel like Davina and Katya make perfect partners. They should They should go on The Amazing Race.
Yeah.
And be like the drag partners and represent UK and US. Rue, get on it. But yeah, I thought Katya coming there was great. It's what Davina needed, like that push to get in. You know? It was cute.
I thought her advice was good too. It's like, you know, like it's like what Mark always says, like you got to think you're the shit when you go out.
Absolutely.
You know, on the show. So Mark, what is the quote of the week?
Quote of the week this week. I said, I don't know what I would do if Baga wasn't on the show, but was after Baga filmed her commercial, she said, I'm a fucking sausage loving bitch and I am amazing. In the only way Baga can. I'm not even going to try to imitate her, but that was hands down.
I love that she's
laughed
wearing
out
that
loud.
like really loud yellow coat in the confessionals.
Her confessionals are the
so
Big
funny.
bun
best.
coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fans of the week. One is Monica Major. Was one of those ones who gave us 5 stars, but a shady review. But I will say, she did say Mark was skinny.
Oh yes, skinny legends. Mark is a skinny legend.
Yes.
She's clearly has eye issues. Mark,
Who's Mark?
thank you, Vito. Thank you, Vito.
And then for YouTube, Rex Trek said it was a great review. So
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Who had the shady comment of the week?
it was Monica Major, but
She called me skinny.
she gave us 5 stars. But she gave us 5 stars. Mark skinny.
It's
And then
okay.
Diva Views, I want to shout out and say hello in the chat room. So our British word for the week is chip shop, and this comes from Christian, who is from the UK. He said a chip shop is also called a chippy, and sometimes when people and they sell fish and chips, and for us Americans, chips are just fat French fries. It's
Yeah.
yeah. And so they also apparently sell other battered things like battered sausages. So like I was wondering, I was like, what is wrong with Baga's sausage? Why does? And then I realized, oh, it's like deep fried sausage.
Have you had it before?
No.
Now, listen, I am a woman of loving meats, okay? I've never had it, but I'm definitely... Why are you laughing?
Go on.
I love sausage. And I want to try... That's so going to be the soundbite. I love sausage, opening up. Oh, God, I forgot now. I want to try... battered sausage. It looks so good. I was like, I've never had
good.
that. That's some state fair shit. Mm-hmm. So I would.
We need to go to a chippy.
And I'm a Southern girl, and I ain't never fried no sausage before. And so I'm like, okay, definitely gonna try it.
So he was telling us, because her water was like chippy tea water, and he was saying that people say the term chippy tea when they're going to a chip shop for dinner. So they're like, I'm going to get me some chippy tea. And he said it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with tea, but that's just what they...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's just what they say when they go to the chip shop to get that dinner.
GBC.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the more you know. Bing, bing, bing. Ollie, who is our
Oh, yes.
local queen.
Well, since Cheryl did so well this week, well, not really, but she slayed. I want to get one of her friends, Ophelia Love. She's giving her Elwood's Fantasy here.
That's gorgeous.
Gorgeous queen. Definitely check her out. And let me know. Send me your favorite UK queens, because I would love to shout them out. And we got season 2 coming, so just share the love for the UK queens, because they are just so fabulous. Jayla?
I also wanna- Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
She's cute. Oh,
Yeah, she's
Oh, no, you're
it's my turn. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
make this really, really fast. Okay, so last night I had the opportunity to go to USC, and they had the Kwasa drag show, and it was hosted by Dylan Powell from, what was the show? Mr. Prince Charming. But it was full of Drag Race girls. There was Scarlet Envy, Monique, Gia, Silky, Angina, Mayhem, Land Insider from Dragula, Kylie, Sonique, Delta Work, and there was a bio queen, Little Bok Choy. She was amazing. Guys, follow her. And I got a chance to reunite with my Silky Sweet, so that's why I'm wearing my little Silky shirt today, and I got to see my girls. So this is us, and of course the jacket is Yoji Yamamoto. So thank you.
So you were with the All-Star 6 cast.
I know. I'm going to be on All-Star 6 starting tomorrow.
I love it.
And if you want any more drag news, check out Mark's Drag Weekly recap, so you can get drag news all week long.
Well, and that's actually not news now. It's just Drag Race Weekly. So we changed the format a little bit. So like this week I did my top 10 favorite looks of Raven from her social media. So it'll be more along those lines, more so than like news and
I love
stuff
that.
that's going
That's
on.
perfect.
So I think it'll be a lot more fun.
It's timeless.
So, yeah, exactly.
Well, anything else?
Make sure you guys watch Sequester tonight. I'm going to be on there competing for my love. I'm just kidding. Competing. So episode 2 starts tonight. You can watch it wherever. So see Sequester season 3.
When does I Love Jayla come on?
One last
After All Stars.
Okay.
One last thing from the chat room. They said they call supper tea sometimes, so I guess that's why it's like.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay, well, I'm 123 Jackie B on all platforms. Thank you for joining us. You can find Mark at
Lorraine Love, Lorayne LOVE.
and Jayla.
Yes, watch me flex it on the gram. Follow me at Who Is Jayla Rocks. That's 2 X's 3 if you nasty.
And Ollie.
Follow me at Ollie Dreamer on Twitter and Instagram at Ollie Dreamer.
Thanks, you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.